welcome back. Today we have Arcy Duran, and she is a rep for the ALS Association. Thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So we are here to talk a little bit about the ALS Association and then also the Lou Gehrig disease walk that's going to be happening. But first, let's talk a little bit about you and tell us a little bit about your story.
Okay. Well, the first thing I want people to understand is that I was just like you or anyone out there watching. I never worried about ALS. I didn't think I have to worry about it. A little over 2 years ago, I was on a trip. My husband and I went to Niagara Falls. And during that trip, I noticed I had a limp on my left leg.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, I had pulled something. And as I kept walking, I was just having a harder time walking. I thought, I'll get better. When I came home, that was in April of 2014. I came home and my limp just started getting bigger.
Mm-hmm.
I was having more trouble walking, getting off of a chair, just standing.
Mm-hmm.
So it was becoming difficult. So I started going to my family doctor. And it seems like it was test after test,
Mm-hmm.
month after month. I kept going back and my tests were coming back normal.
Mm-hmm.
They were telling me you don't have anything. I told my doctor, how can I have anything if I'm telling you I'm getting weaker?
Mm-hmm.
From April through December, it was December of 2014 that I saw a neurologist in the Valley. And I was misdiagnosed with another condition that I didn't have. I was taking medication for that, which just made me get worse.
Mm-hmm.
I felt worse. It was not until May of 2015
Wow.
that I traveled to the Mayo Clinic
Okay.
in Rochester, Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
And I underwent a series of medical tests for a week. And there, at the end of the week, I was diagnosed with ALS.
Wow. Now, can you explain to some of our viewers right now that are watching a little bit about what ALS is?
Okay, well, ALS is it's a fatal neurodegenerative disease
Okay.
that affects the nerve cells in the brain and the spinal cord.
Mm-hmm.
There is no known cause
Mm-hmm.
or cure for the disease.
Wow.
90% of the cases of ALS are sporadic.
Okay.
That means it can affect anyone,
Wow.
anybody. And 10% is inherited.
Okay.
That means that there's some type
Mm-hmm.
of family history, there's a mutated gene. I had never met anyone with ALS.
Wow.
So it really came to a surprise
Really? Yeah.
to me that I had that.
I imagine so. And so, coming back to the Valley, what was your next steps after finding out that diagnosis?
Well, my doctor in Minnesota recommended that I go to the nearest ALS clinics.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons that I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
Currently, we don't have an ALS clinic in the Valley.
Okay.
Actually, with funding that we've received through the ALS Association, this month, they're going to start their first ALS clinic here in the Valley,
Wow.
because we do not have doctors that specialize in ALS. So coming back, I've been going to San Antonio
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's a mini
for my
drive.
doctor's appointments, yes. So that's why it's important to raise funds. You need special treatments.
Mm-hmm.
You need doctors that specialize. If I were to go to the doctor in an emergency and be treated, one of the things that they probably give me is oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't need oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
That could probably cause me to get a trach.
Okay.
So there's a lot of little things that doctors need to know about ALS. And we need that specialty.
Definitely. And there is a need for that here in the Rio Grande Valley, the clinics, the doctors, the education, and so you're saying this is why you're doing this, because you wanna...
Yes. through the ALS Association, I've met other people just like me and families that have been affected by ALS. And those people, just like me, have to travel to San Antonio or Houston to get treatment.
Wow.
And I don't know, I was lucky that I was able to get to a place where I could get diagnosed. I don't know how many people there are in the valley that might be affected, that they don't know that they're affected because they don't have a way of getting to the right doctors.
Right.
So we must have, the specialists here.
So tell us a little bit about these events that are going on that people can, go to and help to raise money for, the ALS Association.
Well, on November 11th, we're going to have the Walk to Defeat ALS.
Okay.
It's going to be held at Banworth Park
Okay.
in Sharyland.
Okay.
Registration is at 9:30, and the walk starts at 10:30.
Perfect.
The hopes is to, of course, raise funds. We're hoping that people can either make a donation or start their own team. And this money will help bring care services and equipment to people living with ALS.
Perfect.
We also have 2 other events.
Okay.
And this is on October 27th,
Okay.
which is Friday at Chili's in Mission.
Okay.
Any people that dine there from 11 to 11 at night, 15% of the proceeds from the sales that day will go to the ALS Association.
Wow, that's amazing.
Of course, you must mention that you're there for that cause.
Wow, that's fantastic.
On November 1st, Chipotle in Edinburgh,
Okay.
from 5 to 9 p.m. at night, 50% of the proceeds
That's amazing.
will go to the ALS Association.
Well, and where can people, is there a Facebook page, a website, or a number that they can call to get more information on how they can get involved?
Yes, of course. They can call the ALS Association.
Okay.
The number is 877-714-0088.
Perfect. And then people can also head over to the website web.alsa.org/Rio Grande Valley Walk for more information on how they can participate in this walk. So RC, thank you so much for coming in and kind of sharing your story and kind of raising awareness and raising education to bring back, the need here in the valley to kind of help people in need.
Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much for coming on the show. Well, folks, that's it for this Sunday. We hope you'll join us next week for Inside the Valley.